Shredder's Revenge is a game filled with characters that all share similar abilities. Everyone has a 4-hit attack string, the same types of air attacks, similar supers, but on a more technical level, certain things set them apart, and I'm going to spend some time taking you through my favorite turtle, the dorky staff-wielding badass that is Donatello. So I hear that Donatello isn't considered one of the better characters in the game, and that's okay. I think he's pretty good. He's really fun and has some great things about him, besides me just playing him because he's my favorite. But hey, I've also heard from people saying he's a high-tier character, so what do I know? It's only been a week. Donatello's basic combat attacks are effective but slow startup. He's all about range. He has a unique ability to stay out of range of enemy and boss attacks that would otherwise hit you. Not only can you stay back, but fighting up close can cause you to hit multiple enemies that are lined up. When using the dodge roll to pass through enemies that are attacking you, you can pause for a moment to preserve your positioning and continue attacking from a comfortable range. Combining your combo string with your charged heavy swing will knock back large groups of enemies, clearing space for yourself, launching for combos, and sending fodder to your friends on the other side of the screen. The best thing about Donatello's range, in my opinion, is that it makes it very easy to catch multiple enemies standing or airborne and start combos to build your super meter. Remember that hitting enemies builds super, even hitting dead enemies, so you have a reason to juggle someone even after they're dead, building a super during combat when you don't have time to charge one through meditation. Very useful in arcade mode on the hard difficulty. Throws, I feel, are not very good in this game due to the strength of your combo strings and running attacks and dodge roll, and especially because there's no throw invincibility, so you can just lose a third of your life. To me, there doesn't seem to be much reason to take the risk of a throw since it's a very poor defensive option, and as an offensive option, why bother? Having said that, because of Donatello's ranged playstyle, his throws can be useful here and there, particularly the forward throw because it goes really far and can keep enemies away from you, or the pushback can help your friends. You'll want to use stun states to set up grabs. This can come from a regular hit, but it's best to do it after a dodge roll attack so you're close to them for an easy grab. Moving on to supers. Donatello has really good supers, especially the dodge roll flying super and his standing super. That standing super has two excellent properties besides the obvious range. It acts as a vacuum and pulls in enemies from quite far away, and it has a long duration, giving you a very generous period of invincibility. Multiple enemies can be winding up attacks and jumping at you, and they'll all get intercepted. The long invincibility window is great against bosses, avoiding their telegraphed attacks and explosives on the floor like in the Rocksteady fight. The flying super is another one I like because of the duration, as it leaves enemies suspended in the air for a very long time, allowing for an easy follow-up not just for you, but for your entire team to capitalize on, and get a bunch of free combo hits to build a super. It's pretty crazy how fast Donatello can recharge his super meter by combining flying super with his combo range. If the flying super only hits airborne enemies, you recover much faster and can still catch them. Look, I'm no pro at this game, but I think this might be one of the best supers. Just look at this.
Turtles team up! Now that's what I call a turtles team up!
Next is his running attacks. The slide is pretty simple. Double tap forward and hit jump. It knocks people down, is a good combo ender, it goes under projectiles and thrown attacks like the manhole covers and TVs, it goes under the spinning mace and the spears. You'll also want to use slide against the black foot soldiers and connect to rising attack to easily delete these annoying enemies. Where the real money is in the shoulder bash. Donatello has a fairly unique shoulder bash because while other characters knock enemies down or throw them across the screen or leave them standing in a stun state, Donatello's elbow launches enemies into the air but keeps them close for a combo follow-up. Splinter's shoulder bash works similarly, but it's an attack that strikes downwards, so you have to hit exactly with it. Donatello can slide with his elbow and use the momentum of his run and the long active frames to let you connect to an enemy that's further from you. It's a great way to approach the yellow guys because if they throw their projectile, the elbow will stay active and reflect it easily. Aside from its general utility, this shoulder bash is the key to Donatello's combo game. It's an amazing way to start your offense, likely to interrupt whatever attack they're intending. If someone jumps at you, it can anti-air, and you get a combo juggle. or use the input Q to charge a heavy swing and push them into your friends. Shoulder Bash is a way to start offense against a boss with a little extra damage. For example, against Tempestra, you can Shoulder Bash when her shield comes down, go into your 4-hit string, dodge roll, and then sneak in another Shoulder Bash, which does more damage than the dodge roll kick. As you juggle enemies, you'll want to incorporate Shoulder Bashes to pop the enemy back in the air to continue. High health enemies like Stone Warriors and Pizza Monsters can get prevented from hitting the ground by throwing in a Shoulder Bash every few hits. This relaunch ability of Shoulder Bash is actually an infinite. You can just keep enemies in the air forever like this. The only issue is that you'll be moving forward incredibly slow, which could leave you vulnerable to other enemy attacks, or simply slow you down as you're trying to move on. So if you're trying to keep things moving while building up your super meter, you'll work in your normal combo string, dodge roll attack, charged heavy swing, and rising attack. This is where Donatello really comes alive, as you start to understand the right distance to connect all your attacks and keep enemies bouncing around the screen just for the fun of it. And that's all I've got for Donatello right now. I'm sure there's more out there to be discovered, but this is definitely enough to get you started. Check out my review for Shredder's Revenge and follow the channel for stuff. Cowabungo.